Good evening. I'm Fitzpatrick here at StockMarketMentor.com on Wednesday, July 23rd, and I want to look at Facebook here. They announced earnings after the bell. You can see where they're trading, up around 75, all-time high. Their profit and their revenues were off the charts, like really, really good. Great year-on-year growth. And so I think ultimately, the stock's going to move higher. On a weekly chart, it's kind of been squeezing a little bit. I'll go ahead and make a prediction. Okay, how's this for predictions? Take this for it's worth what you're paying for it here on this free video. My bet is the stock's going to get to $100 by the end of the year. How's that? Why? Because it's just trading that way, and I think with the earnings report that they just gave, if you're going to be in social media, and a lot of investors want to be, despite what Janet Yellen says about the sector being overvalued, which shows her to be every bit as intelligent as I thought she was, I can see this stock easily going to $100. By the way, I'm not saying she's not intelligent. I think she knows a lot of things. They're just the wrong things. But with Facebook, why am I getting into this? Here's why. You get the headline number. I mean, I was sitting here. I wasn't at my desk. I was actually, to be honest with you, I was on my couch taking a break, watching CNBC when Facebook's earnings came in. And the numbers were like eye-popping. I think they beat EPS expectations by like 30% or something like that. And so I'm looking at the stock, and we'll look at it after hours here. So I'm looking at the stock, and it traded down. Like initially, you can guess when earnings were reported. Guess what? Right about there. The stock traded down, and I remember I was too lazy to. I'm giving you a peek behind the green curtain here. I was too lazy to get up off of my asterisk and go up to my home office and buy some stock. But I remember watching the shares drop, and I'm going like, okay, I don't get this. I think this is probably a pretty good buying opportunity on this dip, because this is one of those moves, and I've mentioned this before. I'm not sure in free videos or not, maybe so. It's like the first move is almost always wrong. When you see a company announce earnings and the stock like really trades down a lot, so many times the stock will start snapping back up and ultimately move higher again. I mean, I've seen that with Baidu, I've seen that with Apple, I've seen that. I mean, name a ticker that's volatile and I've seen it. So as it turns out, that was the case with Facebook, and I'm paying for my laziness. But you can see what happened. A couple minutes, the stock is down. Here's my point. If you're looking at a company like this, you're kind of itching to buy it. It's Facebook. Like this could be, say, the same thing with Tesla. Certainly the kind of thing with Apple, maybe in Amazon, I don't know. But if you're looking at a stock like this that's high profile, the chart is not like super overbought or super oversold. It's just in a bullish trend, and the earnings are good. Don't just go with the first reaction. Wait, watch. And a lot of times you're going to find that this is a buying opportunity. You look at what happened to Apple yesterday. The thing, it did the same thing after hours. I think Telechart only gives me after hours for like, 1 day, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. Sorry to be. Yep. Yeah, it's not giving me yesterday's after hours trading, but I can tell you the stock moved lower after hours. I can tell you that because I bought some at 94, okay, and I didn't get a special deal. But once again, the earnings were great. There was nothing soft about them. The stock moved lower. Take advantage. I'm not an after hours guy. I think this is the first time that I've ever mentioned that maybe you might want to take advantage of some after hours moves to buy some stock. But if you see a stock that you want to own, report earnings, and the earnings are not bad. In fact, they're actually good, and the stock tanks, consider buying some, because if you are right to buy some after hours, it will only be a matter of minutes before you are rewarded. That's what I'm saying. It will only be a minute or two if you're buying if you're buying a stock of a company that announces really solid earnings, the stock has not been overbought to where it's an obvious just sell the news thing. A lot of times you're going to get some great deals on during after hours trading. So anyway, just keep that in mind. Members, over to the strategy session. I've got some airlines, various other stocks to cover, a lot of which are announcing earnings tomorrow.